Give yourself a raise to supersize your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Our topic today is to give yourself a raise. I want to add, but only if you know with 100% certainty that you deserve it. If you haven't had a raise since you started growing and building and supersizing your business, it's definitely time. And I also think that it should be merit-based. If you are not building and growing and supersizing your business, should you really take a raise? Always keep in mind, not necessarily what it looks like to other people. I think it's important that we pay ourselves first in our business. We talked about that the other day. But I also know that sometimes there's periods when we're growing and building that we reinvest everything back into the business. I've done that with several different businesses where I didn't take a salary. I certainly didn't take a raise because the stronghold was to build, and the intent was to build a strong foundation and get the business going and growing. Now, I did have owner's equity, right? We always have equity. So when we go to sell our business, we can cash in then. But too many builders and owners and operators that I meet are just sacrificing their own life and lifestyle, both in time and money and energy and other resources. And that is not why we're building our own business. That's not why we're supersizing our business. So today's topic is all about knowing your worth, honoring that, and taking care of yourself and the reason that you started your business in the first place. But again, it needs to be performance-based. If your company's struggling and failing, you need to figure that out first before you can take a salary, before you can, I have so many stories and so many horror stories about how different people in different businesses do different things in different industries that it's kind of mind-boggling. But today, let's just focus on you and your business. So we need to ask ourselves, and the reason we want to do this is we need to always be giving ourselves and everything and everyone around us the understanding that we are worthy. We are worth what we put into something. If you pour your heart and soul into your business, you deserve to be compensated for that. If you pour your heart and soul, and there's a universal law: what you give, what you put into something, is what you get out of it. Now, keep in mind, it isn't necessarily what you put into this exact thing or this exact person or this exact relationship that you get exactly what you want out of it. It's a bigger picture than that. So today, we're going to ask ourselves, is it time? Do we deserve a raise? Do we deserve more compensation? And if so, how are we going to make that happen going forward? If you don't have the cash flow certain periods of the business, then you're probably not going to pull that off, right? Not without causing more problems. Again, we can be the biggest bottleneck in our business's growth and development. We also want to talk about today, so put in the comments below, when's the last time you got a raise, or what position you're in right now. Maybe you are not intentionally taking any resources out of the business, right? Maybe you're like I was. I had my corporate job that was what paid the bills and caused me to be able to put food on the table and raise my kids. And my businesses were pretty much 100% reinvesting back into the business, which for me personally allowed me to buy my partner out and have the business all to myself when I finally decided it was time to leave corporate America. So today we're going to talk about also our SOAP framework. I almost forgot in Supersize You Annual Challenge, but I remembered at the last minute. We're on step 3, A for action. Now I picked growing my school community and specifically monetizing my school community as the where I am versus where I want to be. And then yesterday I brainstormed 10 options. I only did 10 because I had a busy day of possible ways to begin filling that gap. And I came up with 10, and I'm going to share with you the longest running problem solving decision making alternative analysis tool I've used in my life, which means I've been using this for at least 60 years because my dad taught it to my sisters and I when we were little girls. And that is the infamous plus or minus strategy, that tool. What we do is, what's the decision I need to make? And then we just write down all the reasons for that decision or all the reasons against it, the positives and negatives, the pros, the cons, whatever you want to call it. It's all the same tool. But this is the fastest, easiest way to choose among alternatives, especially when alternatives are different, when they cost different things, when they require different amounts of our time, energy, and effort. We want to have a quick and dirty way to analyze those alternatives, pick one fast, and immediately take action and implement that, or that action step, that alternative, that option we decided to act upon, so that we can see, is it going to work or not? Is it the right action or not? We never know in advance, right? I've got a lot of situations that seem similar, and I'll take a similar action that I did in the past and it'll have no impact. Other times I'll take an action that didn't work for me before. I'll do that in this situation and I'll get incredible results. That is the nature of life, the beast. We can't possibly think of all of the ramifications of every option that we have, but we can make a quick and dirty list and then choose. So I picked my top 5 to analyze. Mine is hire expert help. Just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Just do what you know to do already. Because the truth is, we always already know what to do. We just don't give ourselves permission to do it sometimes. Study and implement, take a course, model other communities, which is what I've been doing. Okay, I've been working on this a little bit. And then act and adjust, just do it, and then act and adjust, and let's go. Let's get something going with that, which is probably going to happen today. All right, so plus and minus. So I'll take, and what are all the advantages to hiring somebody to help me do it? What are all the disadvantages to hiring somebody to help me do it? And I'll do that for each alternative. Pick one and take action on it today. So say that is the option that I decide I'm going to use. I'm going to find that person, contact that entity, person, group, whatever, consultant today to get them to help me ASAP, right? I learned from Tony Robbins and a lot of other gurus. Never leave the scene of a decision without taking some action toward that decision. So if I get an inkling to call my mom, I call my mom. I don't wait well, I wouldn't call her now because it's too early in the morning, but you understand what I mean. I write it on my list or on my hand, call mom, and I do that. I actually called my mom yesterday. I'm going to go see her next week. All right. If I can help you with this in any way, if you want a write-up for each of these days, put write-up in the comments below and I will start providing those. I actually do one, but since I'm legally blind, I can't see them, so I don't use them. But if it would be a helpful tool for you for the challenge, just let me know and I will start including them in the comments for each day of the challenge underneath this video. All right. Put in the comments below, when's the last time you paid yourself more? Or if never, maybe you've never taken any money out of your business yet. Depends where you are in your personal development and growth of your business. All right. Have an awesome day. Any questions, ask. Otherwise, I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.